you guys do amazing. I mean, I look at your videos that you put out there, and I'm like, wow. Like, you take this, and I love the before and after pictures where it's kind of the HGTV swirls, and it's just awesome. So do you find that that's like what your niche is and what you become really passionate about, taking something pretty ugly and making it beautiful?
Yeah, I do. And I have to say, Brett, like I've learned so much from you. Like that needs to be said. So when I started this journey 5 years ago, I was listening to your podcast. I'm like, oh man, Brett is really cool. Like he's got
Yeah.
what the heck is a VA? I need one of those, a virtual assistant. This is amazing. So I learned so much from you. And so I have to give you so many accolades for that. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
You
Well, no
certainly
problem.
blessed our family. And so by that, I feel like I want to be like the real estate ninja. Like I want to be able to take deals or take properties that either, you look to wholesale, right? Because it's maybe in an area that you don't want to invest in. Other investors love opportunity zones or they love something a little bit far out with more land. That's not us. We like to keep properties, on the north side of Indianapolis or on the east or west side of Indy. So, or even a little bit further outside the loop. So you're just trying to figure out what's your niche. What do you want to hold on to? What is great to flip in this market? Because all of those numbers read so differently. And if anybody has any questions, I'd be more than happy to help, like what that looks like for maybe an investor starting out. But I just want to take those strategies and just put them on the next level, which is what I think we've really done in the past 6 months.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I just seen you guys grow so much, and just with the flipping business and the wholesale business to real estate, and plus you're just an amazing family. And I want to kind of just transition to that because also, if someone were to ask me and say, "Hey, Brett, you know a lot of entrepreneurs and you know some busy people," and that they would ask me, "Who do you think is the busiest family that you know?" And I think that your family would probably be on the top of one of the top ones on that list because I'm trying to think about everything that you guys do. And I was just thinking about this in my head. And so, number one, you both have jobs. You both have full-time working jobs. You still work in the medical device business. Your husband, Ben, is a fireman, and he's working as well. You guys are doing design projects. You guys just finished your amazing basement, so you're doing design projects on your own home and rehabbing your own home in the basement, remodeling that. You're a family of three amazing daughters. And so, he got that going on. You're flipping houses on the side and doing the real estate business. And I think you were just a basketball coach for your kids too, right?
I
So, yeah.
was. We finished like a winning season. Kennedy got her shot. I was
Yes.
there rooting her along. Yes, it was amazing. There were like
Yes.
kindergartners. It was like herding cats, but they all had such a great time.
Yes. So, anyways, so you guys are really, really busy, and I want to just to touch on that because I guess I'll just start with this: is like how do you do all that without? So one of my big things is sanity. Like people have to keep their sanity. When I say sanity, it's like they have to not be so stressed out because I've been in that position too where like you can't hardly sleep at night and you're have anxiety and stress and you're just overwhelmed with all this
Yeah.
stuff. So like how do you keep your sanity with so many things going on?
Oh my gosh, I don't. So this is so funny. You talk about sleep. Last night, I got a call from a homeowner at 2:50 a.m.
Wow.
2:50. So you have to draw boundaries about around things. Like I'm
Yeah.
clearly not picking up the phone at 2:50. I'm like, who is calling me? And it comes in, the lead comes in. She's divorced. She wants to sell the property. It's in another city outside of Indianapolis, not far. But that's where you realize like people have like heavy stuff going on. So
Hmm.
in order for me to stay sane, okay, every morning I get up at like 5:30, 5:45. I work out, I run. That's when like I listen to podcasts or Christian music. That's when I just run, just get it out. Like that's how I clear my head and clear my soul. And then I'll do, a little something else and I'll like answer emails. I'll catch up from like our title company, lenders, things like that. Because there was always a good 30 minutes of admin in the morning. And then I get the kids out the door and, you have to have a plan in the morning, right? So like their lunches are packed, their clothes are laid out. There's no option to make a last minute decision at that point. Like what's done is done. What's
Hmm.
in the backpack is already been defined. So Then we get the kids out the door and then I go to work. So, and then typically I'll do like appointments at night, like 5:30, like we're meeting our contractors tonight at 5:30. So, you do what you can with the time you have and you just try to time block. Time blocking is huge. I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
everybody knows about this. Um, you don't pick up your phone all the time. Like if you have 2 hours free to do one task, you do that one task. You don't
Mm-hmm.
get on Facebook, you don't check your email, you don't pick up your phone, you just do it.
Yeah, yeah. No, time blocking is huge. And you also, it sounds like in the mornings, you have a lot of things already planned, already done. So
Yeah.
do you try to plan the next day, the night before, laying out your kids' clothes, making the lunches, things like that? Like just preparing for the next day, because that's something I don't do that well. And I just know when I don't, when I wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, you got all these decisions to make, and it's
Yeah,
just
you feel
overwhelming.
chaotic. You,
Yeah.
you can't. So, I mean, truthfully, so like I'm the girl that will be getting ready while doing squats, while doing like a Skype meeting with like my team over in the Philippines. Like that's me. If you can just picture it, I'm like, yes, I hear you. Great call yesterday. You did awesome. What do you need from me? What are your goals? And they're like, Melissa, you're like a doll. I'm like, I'm not a doll. I'm a real human being. But let's just talk about this week. So
This is with
I,
your VA.
yes, yeah,
Just trying to picture that you're doing squats, and that's so
I
crazy.
am. Like it's not something fun to picture, but yeah, I'm doing that. I'm getting ready. I'm doing like the Skype call. So I just always try to do two or three things at once.
Hmm.
Sometimes it works out awesome. Other times it's terrible,
Hmm. Yeah.
I think the biggest thing though is that like my kids and my husband, like they have to know that they come first. And oftentimes, unfortunately, Ben does feel like, hey, I'm getting like the back burner. And so that's important. Like you can't neglect your marriage. You have to do things for one another, whether it be date night, you have to be intentional with those things.
Hmm.
Um, and for the kids, right? There's any working mamas out there. I'm sure they know it's a struggle. I think there's three things that you need to make sure that you're giving to your kids. Number one, unconditional love. They have to know you love them no matter what. You're going to always provide that firm foundation. And guess what? Like, I can't be everything for my kids.
Hmm.
Sometimes I need other people to come in, and I don't want to be everything for my kids. They're going to get other experiences from other people. They're going to do things better than I do, right? So, unconditional love. And then they also need to know, I guess they have like the faith that you're going to be there. When they really need you, you're going to be there,
Hmm.
you know? So giving them that faith and that firm foundation. And number three, just confidence for the future. Those are the three things as I was thinking. I want to make sure that my kids know that they have confidence in who they are, in our family, um, that our family bond, like that's never ever going to change.
Hmm.
Um, and it's not just like the confidence that I'll exude through parenting them, but also like in our faith, right? Like, because the most firm foundation is that, and for our family in Christ, right? And so that is the one thing. If he's in your heart, if he's in your mind, and he's in your soul, like you are safe, you're
Hmm.
protected, right?
Yeah.
And so we talk about that a lot because mom and dad can't always be there. So
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. Thanks for sharing that. So loving unconditionally, faith that you're going to be there, confidence for the future.
yeah,
Um, I think that's really really cool. Number one, and I think all entrepreneurs. I was in a room at a mastermind group, and entrepreneurs and business owners. There was this question, and it said, "How many of you raise your hand if being a business owner, being an entrepreneur, being a driven person has affected your family?" And I think everybody raised their hand because it is a lot. There's a lot of pressure on, and you kind of have this personality of you have this drive going on, and you have to figure out how to balance that. Number one, and I've had times where yeah, it's been unbalanced. So is there something that you do, like if you are feeling like your husband says, "Hey, I'm feeling like I'm getting the leftovers here," or your kids are feeling that way too, like do you ever have to just stop and be like, "Okay," and just reprioritize, recalibrate yourself,
yeah.
figure it out?
And that is, I want people out there to know, especially women, men too, but it is okay to reset.
Mhm.
Like your sanity, your health, your body, like you don't get a second shot at that, right? Like you get one shot. But guess what? Like if you've screwed up, if you've made a mistake, just turn the page. Like go to the
Mhm.
next chapter. Let's move on, right?
Yeah.
So we all get second chances. It's never too late. Um, but you do like it's healthy to stop. Like I've told my girls a couple of times over in the Philippines, I'm like, listen, we just need to kind of pause. This week is a holiday, right? We're going to turn things down. Some people want to crank it up, crank it up. That's awesome if that's your personality. And I applaud them for that. But I want to stay balanced. I want to stay healthy on all fronts.
Yeah. No, definitely, definitely. So, hopefully, you guys are hearing that today. I know we all kind of struggle with that, and just to kind of keeping your priorities in check. Thank you so much for checking out the Brett Snodgrass channel. If you like this video, please slam on that like button, and if you really like it, then subscribe to our channel here. And remember to leave us a comment below, and I'm going to try my hardest to reply to all the comments. Thank you guys so much. This is why I do what I do. Every single week, I come out with content that focuses on success, freedom, and living out your purpose. Thank you guys so much. See you next time.